So. Johnson. We're going. Here we go. You ready? Three, four, five. Hang on. Now let's just see if they. You get me, guys? You got me? 1, 2. No. You got me? You're all good. Thank you. All right. So, just to reiterate again, my name is Adrian Barrage. I'm from the 7 Network. I'm the sports presenter at Channel 7. As we head into the telethon weekend, what a better way to out and about and celebrating telethon with the Corporate Cup. We have this annual event called the Cock, and also a number of other mining companies and a lot of big supporters of telethon. So it's great to have everybody. Rowing club for and very shortly you and anyway we're going to now firstly I want to introduce you to someone you should know if you're a rowing expert or a rowing person. It's Georgia Patton. She's an Olympic rower, of course. I call her an Olympic champion. She doesn't like that. But she's involved with Hancock Prospecting as well, because Hancock Prospecting, of course, is big supporters of Australian rowing. More average people get involved in rowing.
It is great to see here. We've got an awesome turnout this morning, beautiful weather. We've got 4 Hancock Prospecting crews racing today, which is incredible to have that support. Obviously, they're a massive supporter of Rowing Australia, and we're very grateful for everything, but it is incredible to see so many of them out here today and seeing them giving rowing a go.
So if you were to give some tips to these rowers who are just about to go out, and very shortly, and we have the Hancock Iron Ore Blue Team, RFDS and Hanroy. What would you be saying to these go today?
I would be saying it's only a 500-metre race. It's going to go real quick in an 8, so close your eyes and tug really hard because it'll be over before you know it.
Well, there's words from the top from someone who knows about Olympic Games. We're also joined by Liz McGrath. Now, Liz, you are the best dressed person here at the Rowing Regatta. Tell us why.
Thanks, Barra. I'm happy to be here in my Kidman gear, representing the great pioneering spirit of the brand, which is pretty much what today is all about. It's about, resilience and that great Aussie spirit, and that's what we're seeing down here on the water today. And I'm super glad to have my Kidman hat on with the beautiful weather that we have down here.
So that's the Kidman hat. You've got the Kidman boots, and the clothing looks fantastic, and it's even got the symbol of the company on there as well.
It has. It's a full outfit that really represents what Kidman is all about, which is about Australia and the Australian spirit.
You look like you're straight out of that movie Australia. Remember that movie?
I do.
You're not Nicole Kidman or someone, are you?
Be good getting that paycheck.
And you're not getting in the boat today, though? Any chance maybe at Cox or something?
I might jump in a little later once all the racing's over, because I don't think I'm going to help them if I'm out there trying to row.
All right. Well, you look spectacular. Thank you, Liz, for coming along and being part of this. And you can probably take your shoes off now and get involved in the sand. Now, Georgia, just tell us, we're not far away from a start, just looking out here. Can you tell how the track is, or what do you call this? What do we call this? It's 500 metres. It's not a long race, is it?
No, Barra. So in rowing, we call this a rowing course, not a track. They're racing 500 metres, so they'll be starting just up here. I think you can see the crews turning around, getting themselves lined up. They'll be really zoning in now, getting in the right headspace. Crews will be really looking to execute well in this first heat. They'll want to really stamp their mark on the day, so we should see some crew's firing down in the next couple of minutes, wanting to really assert themselves in this first race.
I reckon Hancock Iron or Blue might be the favourites in the race. I heard that they've done some good training. Most of the training's been about 6 weeks. How much can you learn in 6 weeks?
If you know absolutely nothing, you can learn a whole lot, I'd say. And it sounds like all the crews have been training hard, absolutely loving it. It sounds like there's been amazing spirit, really great opportunity for the companies to come and experience something new, get that good teamwork, resilience, working together towards that common goal, and a nice bit of healthy rivalry with the other mining companies. Won't go astray, I'm sure.
And now tell us about your life at the moment. Obviously you're a famous Olympian. Where do you sit now in terms of still competing, training, all the rest of it?
Yeah, so I've had this last 12 months off competitive racing to finish off my physiotherapy degree. So I finished Paris last year, came home. I've done my last year of physio, so I'm finally a physio, which is amazing. And next week I'm heading back over to the National Training Centre to be part of the team training towards the LA Olympics again.
LA Olympics, how good is that? Imagine also Brisbane 2032. I don't know if you're going to hang around for that, but outs there, don't you?
Absolutely. I think that there's a lot of incredible Australian athletes coming up through the ranks, that Brisbane will be a really close one to watch in terms of Australia performance on a home ground.
And today, of course, we're racing eights. I do know that much. Only eights. What's the secret there with and it's sweeping, isn't it?
It is sweeping. So there's 8 people in a boat with one coxswain. The coxswain's steering and yelling and giving great advice. So generally people row one side or the other. So you've got 4 of each in an 8. Eights are very fast racing. They can be about a minute faster than a lot of the other boat classes, so the race can be over in the blink of an eye. There's not too much room to claw your way back if you get dropped, so you want to be quick off the start and hold on.
Now there might be, actually, do you call them boats? Are you allowed to call them boats?
Yeah,
There is a boat here I noticed as well that one of our teams has got, and it's the old Australian men's rowing team that they took to Tokyo. It's only just arrived from Geelong, can you believe it? They've gone all in PCB today, haven't they?
They have. So that's them just over there. They're boating now, ready to go. That is incredible support from PCB. To have an 8 shows just how dedicated and invested they are in this cause here today. They've gone and bought themselves a boat, but
wow.
And brand new boat, well not brand new, but would hardly have been rowed coming from the National Training Centre. It will be in really spick shape, so that will be a close one to watch today.
And what do those boats normally go for?
New, they're about over $150,000. This one's second-hand, so it won't be quite that, but they are a very expensive piece of kit.
Georgia, thank you so much for joining us. You are a great Australian, and I wish you all the best with your training ahead of the Los Angeles Olympics. How exciting is that?
So exciting. Thanks so much, Barra. Enjoy the day, everyone.
Well done. Thank you. Throw to our commentators, because I just saw Fat Cats coming my way. Stuart Clark, Lara Glendinning and Nick Flavel, who's a big part of the Swan River Rowing Club. I'm going to hand over to them because I reckon that they're in the hands of the starters. Our first race, which is Hancock Iron or Blue, RFDS and Hanroy. Enjoy the racing. We'll catch the winners at the end of this first race. Over to you guys now, Stewie.
Yeah, thanks there, Barra and Georgia. That was really insightful. It's a great warm-up there for this Rowing WA Corporate Cup 2025. So just give you a bit of structure as the teams come up here. The racing today is going to be over 3 heats, and once those heats are completed, then we get into the semi-finals, and then there's going to be the finals as well. So each of the 9 teams here... Each of the 9 teams here gets to race 3 times today. And it's over a period of, I've mentioned already, 500 metres. So it's a bit of a sprint, and looks pretty interesting. So with that in mind, we got Lara with us as well today. So Lara is joining us, is a very experienced rower herself. So between her and I, we're going to give a bit of commentary about what's going on if you're new to rowing. So welcome, Lara. How are you going today?
Good morning, Stuart. Yes, thank you for having me. Excited to see our corporate crews who've been training hard for the last 6 weeks take it out at the Canning Bridge course 500 metre today.
Yeah, that's great. And if we may, look, these pictures are fantastic. I mean, here we are on the Swan River. I think wherever you're watching in the world, I know this has been streamed all over the world, so if you're in Paris or wherever, look how beautiful the Swan River is here. We're very fortunate today. The weather's been fortuitous. No winds, that's what we want when we're actually rowing. It's nice and flat, the sun's up, so it's actually perfect conditions. So we're expecting some good times today. Laura, what do you reckon?
Well, I think with a slight southerly in the wind, then there will be fast times. So a good part of the course here, nice and protected, so we should be seeing some pretty quick times from these crews.
Yeah, that's right. And if I may, last year I think the winning team was Pentium Water, and they had a winning time of 1 minute 38, which is pretty impressive, really, bearing in mind that these crews here have only been training for about a month or something of that nature.
1:38 is extremely impressive for 8 novices. So, you'd be looking at some of your top women doing that in an 8, but over 2,000 metres. But the fact that the guys can do that in 500 metres after 6 weeks of learning to row is really impressive. So hopefully we can see someone take out that time today.
That's right. And while they're still lining up, it takes a couple of minutes to get them settled here. They're in the starter's hands to bring up to the start line. So if we talk ordinarily, what you'd see with 8s is that they generally run over a 1K or 2K at a higher level. So whenever you watch it on the Olympics, it's always over 2K. And just give a bit of perspective, they're probably doing 2K in, I think the world record was about 5:18 or 5:40 for the ladies. And so pretty impressive times there. And then if you go to Champions Lakes, they do 2K and 1K races as well for novices and those emerging. So this is really, 500 metres is really a sprint. So it'll be over before you know it. The longest part of it is actually getting to the start line, I think.
Yes, and getting the crews to line up is no easy feat, and that's why we have our important coxswains at the front of the boat, or in the stern perhaps. So these coxswains, they actually have steering rods in the boat. They will be in charge of ensuring that the boat stays straight, and there may even be slight imbalances with the strength on either side of the rowers. So the coxswain will then pick that up and try and readjust with their steering. But they are also in charge in terms of making calls and commanding the boat and getting the boat into position. So there are the umpires out there guiding the crews, but our coxswains are also relaying those instructions.
And you're quite right, isn't it? I mean, cox is king or queen, isn't it, in the boat? Everyone else shut up for once and listen to them. And the only person that the cox listens to is the umpire. All right, they're starting to make their way up now, getting lined up there. So maybe we'll introduce the crews in our first race. So this is Heat 1 for today's agenda. And in Lane 1, so just to give you a bit of perspective, if you're watching from the shoreline, Lane 1 is the boat that's going to be nearest to us. Lane 2 is going to be in the middle. And Lane 3 is going to be on the far side nearest the freeway. So just give you a bit of clarity there. And so therefore, in Lane 1, we have Hancock Iron Ore Blue. And we say blue because I think Hancock Iron Ore have 2 boats in the race. One's blue and one's red in their title. They're in Lane 1, so they're going to be nearest to us. In Lane 2, we have the Royal Flying Doctors. And then in Lane 3, we have Hanroy. So that's our first race of the day. And there should be around about a 10-minute interval between each race during the heats because they need to get lined up. And as is typical with rowing, the first race is around about 10-15 minutes late. I think we're finding here one of the boats is out of alignment, so it's going to take a minute or two to get up there.
Yes, we have those red buoys at the start line, and they're going to help guide our crews into those lanes 1, 2 and 3. And it's not easy. It's like threading a needle.
You're absolutely right, Lara. And a bit of perspective on where they're rowing. What's known as the inside course here. So the boats go up on the outside course, round and across the actual course itself. The course is those 2 buoys that you see in the middle, and this is the actual inside course. So that allows the actual course for boats to come and go today freely without interrupting our racing, which is great. So it looks like it's the Royal Flying Doctors have used a very tactical approach there to keep the other 2 crews waiting. And they're actually quite close to each other, aren't they? When you look at the lanes there for an 8, and it takes a little bit for one of those to go offline, and we could have a little bit of a collision here, but we'll see. The coxes have got it under control, I'm sure.
It certainly will be tight racing, and there's nothing better than 8s going fast right next to each other. It makes it really exciting for the rowers and also the coxswains and the coaches waiting on the shoreline.
Yeah. So they're in the starters' hands now. So what you've got, they're all lined up, which is great, and now they're being told by the starter to bring the boats up. So ordinarily you'd have bow and 2 rowing and taking the boat up nice and gently so they don't pass the actual start line and jump the start. I must say that Hancock Iron Ore Blue boat is amazing. It's incredible. It's a nice pink boat, and they've got pink hats to go with it as well. It's absolutely incredible looking boat.
They have the colour coordination down packed today, so if there was a uniform award, I reckon those guys would get it for matching with their boat, but maybe it might bring them some free speed onto the water.
Yeah, it's definitely unique and stands out. It's amazing. It's great to see. All right, they're bringing them up to the start now. So Royal Flying Doctors looks a little bit out of kilter, so it probably needs a bit of tap in there just to get in a straight line, because I don't want to set off at an angle. And they're actually, all 3 boats now are approaching the start. So we're going to be actually commencing the race very shortly. So if you're not paying attention yet, have a look at the water. You can see them there in the distance and ready to row. And if you're watching online, you've got a perfect view for the lovely pictures we have here. And they're off. A solid start by all 3. Probably Henroy has slight advantage there at the early stages. Rating nice and steady. They would have been training so hard for this. So a lot of anxiety there, a lot of excitement coming out, and it looks like they're going really well there. So look, even picking there between Hancock Iron Ore Blue and Henroy at this point in time. What are you seeing there, Lara?
Well, Hanroy's got some really good power as they're moving through, but the Hancock Iron Ore Blue crew, they are rowing really lovely, clean and quite sharp with their rowing stroke. So if the power of the Hanroy crew starts to diminish, we might see that Hancock Iron Ore Blue crew come through.
Yeah, and look at them. It's still pretty even between the 2 of them. The timing is essential here. Make sure those blades go in and out together, and they got that down really well. They've been training really hard for this, so good on them.
That Hancock Iron Ore Blue crew in the pink boat, they have certainly upped the stroke rate a little bit, so they are rating more strokes per minute than the Hanroy crew at the moment. It looks like their power has just dropped off a bit. It is neck and neck still, but the coxswain of the Hancock Iron Ore Blue crew is just on a slight angle here, or maybe it's the Hanroy crew that's on the slight angle. Not 100% sure from our angle here in the commentary box, but this is still looking like a close race.
It's very close, isn't it? And they've probably got another 100 metres to go, if that. So it's going to be, and the Cox will be calling it out. Oh, yes, we got Hancock Iron Ore Blue has actually taken the lead there. They're out in front. They've really accelerated, and probably by about a length. And we'll hear the siren shortly. There you go. So congratulations to all crews there. Congratulations. So we had Hancock Iron Ore Blue win that, times to be advised, and then Henroy was in 2nd place there, and the Royal Flying Doctors did a really good effort there, bringing it up and taking 3rd place. So that is the first race conducted, and what will happen is that all 3 crews will go into the semi-finals a little later on, and all have an opportunity to race so they can all get to a final yet again. But no, that was a great effort by all of them, eh?
Yeah, maybe it was the pink hats matching with the pink boat.
You called it. Well done.
Got some good energies going on.
Everyone go out and buy a pink boat and a pink hat, and we'll be all right.
Well, that crew from Hancock Iron Ore Blue had the crew members Melissa Pitch, Jenna Niss, Dane Cooper, Stu O'Brien, Andrew Lineker, Eric McKenzie, Alam Efim Mulam, Lindsay Alexander and Kate Lennox. They were coached by Fergus McNamara and Blair Pannell.
Yeah, good effort. Good effort. They're all coming to the shoreline now, so that their lungs will be bursting, won't they, after that? All the energy and adrenaline would have been running through them, and they'd be pretty chuffed. And as always, at the end of a race, everyone calls out each other. 3 cheers for the other crew. It's community-based, and everyone is there for the right reasons, which is lovely. So shortly we're moving to Heat 2. The day's going to go pretty quickly from here on in, and when we get the footage of those boats coming to the start line, I'll give you a rundown of the participants and a little bit about what's going on there. Okay, Barra, over to you. Who you got there with us? Can't hear him.
See if that is on or not. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gerhard Veldsman, we will talk to you again, my friend. You're the CEO of Hancock Iron Ore, of course. Let's go. Repeat again. Tell us your background in rowing, and you must be proud. You've won the first race.
Yeah, no, it's great to see the teams out here. This been going now for about 3 years. The first year I was rowing, it was a lot of fun. Never rowed before. But it's great to see so many of the team have stayed and still rowing, and won the first race. It's not the competition yet, but I think the Westrack team and a few of the other teams is going to give us a good go. But let's see how we go.
Mate, watch out, mate. We might be joined.
Hey, Fat Cat.
Fat Cat's going to make us look good here, I think, especially myself by comparison. Obviously a big event for Hancock, but also for telethon, and we love that you supported telethon as well, my friend.
Yeah, it's a great weekend, the weekend leading up to telethon. When we look at being part of telethon, giving back to the community, but also with the rowing, it's supporting the local community, Swans Rowing Club, giving back to them and linking into something Mrs. Reinhardt's passionate about, rowing, and so it's good to be part of this, and it's just, look at the great weather, and I'm sure next weekend's going to be fantastic.
You've got 4 teams today as well, and they've been training for 6 weeks, so it is a real team building event for Hancock.
It is, and these come from all parts of the organisation. You've got a team here from Hancock Prospecting, 1 from Handroy, 2 from Hancock Iron Ore, and it's just a great way for people to get to know each other, see what it is to work together. Some of them have never been in teams together, and now they have to learn to row in a team. And rowing is the ultimate team sport. It looks so easy when they get it right, but actually when you've never rowed, to actually get to that point where first of all you're not going to drown, but actually get to that first time you feel that swish, that's just amazing.
And you were telling me that too, because your blue team, they went off on an angle at one stage there, but once they got it together, they powered home and won.
Yeah, I think they started chasing each other a little bit during the race, rather than just stay with the man in front or the girl in front. But they got it right sort of in the last third, and it was great to see them coming through. It's
such a great event being down here at the Swan Rowing Club. I believe one of your competitors as well is a man that I know well. He's a hero of the West Coast Eagles, Eric McKenzie, and I'm hoping that we might be able to speak to him. I see a giant piece of iron ores coming our way, so that's handy as well. Rocky the iron ore, but we've lost Eric, have we? Oh my God. Oh, he wasn't in the race. He's coming later on. He's probably standing there going, why is he talking about me? So you've obviously got some great people. And here comes Fat Cat. You're going to have a challenger here because there's a giant piece of iron ore named Rocky coming your way, my friend. Gerhard, what is going on here is it's actually quite remarkable. There's a cat.
Rocky's our mascot. Every company needs a piece of iron ore. If you think iron ore built the world, built the steel, made the steel. So Rocky is the foundation of the modern world. So we're glad to have Rocky here with us.
Now, you and I would never have thought we'd be standing with a giant furry cat and a piece of rock on the foreshore of the Swan.
No, absolutely not. But it's great. It's a community event. It's great to have all the mascots here. Maybe we should get the mascots on the boat.
Hey, that's a great idea. I think actually that's something we may have to do as well. So who dreamt up the idea of this race? Is it your idea? It sounds like something you would come up with, Gerhard.
No, it was the Swans River Rowing Club. Yes, Eric coming as well. They approached us a few years back. This used to be an event they ran pre-COVID, and it sort of during COVID stopped. And then the Swans River Rowing Club got hold of us and said, listen, they know Mr. Reinhardt's passionate about rowing. Can we help or work together to get it going again? We started again 3 years ago, and it's just been growing. So it's very much a Swans River Rowing Club and Rowing WA that runs this, that pushes this. We're just part of one of the teams being part of it and one of the companies being part of it. And so Westrack joined last year. It's great to have them here. Hopefully,
you've got the Royal Flying
Doctors.
Yeah.
It'd be great to have a telethon team.
A Channel 7 team. Jeff Parry, Adrian Barrage, Rick Arden, Ryan Daniels. We might even rope in Basil Zemplis from the old days.
Yeah, Ryan's too special nowadays. Now that he's the anointed man for telethon, he's a bit special. I don't know if we'll get him in the boat, but maybe you, Barra.
He's not allowed to get sunburn, I bet. Hey, now I told you Eric McKenzie was an Eagles great, and he's also a very smart man because he heard the boss was down here, and he's come on through.
Just to refuel.
Eric, welcome, mate. What were you doing?
I was just getting myself some Bannister Downs. There's some up there, so that's one of the chairman's companies there, another one of the sponsors.
Mate, you are a genius. Gerhard, can I tell you about this bloke? He once ran into a goalpost to save the West Coast Eagles in a match. Was one of the great clubmen. How you going, great man? So now you've moved from footy to rowing. How does it compare?
Well, as long as we don't run into any posts out there today, I think I'll be much happier. But no, it's a great day. It's a well-organised event. The weather's been turned on for us today, so yeah, good luck to all the other competitors out there.
What field are you in? What area do you work in? You're an engineer, are you?
Not an engineer. I tell the engineers. I pretend to be one, but no, I'm in the business planning and productivity team.
Oh, okay, I've got no idea what that is. That sounds very good, though, Gerhard. Is that one of your areas? Obviously one of your areas as well. And Eric, I don't know if you know, a very, very important man at the West Coast Eagles and someone that helped build the club.
Yeah, obviously know of Eric's exploits to West Coast Eagles. We always have a bit of a go because I'm a Docker supporter myself.
He's a die-hard Docker.
And he keeps reminding them the Eagles have flags, the Dockers don't have flags, and I remind him the Eagles also have more wooden spoons than the Dockers. So.
This is brilliant. This is like having a footy show. Mate, it's not exactly... is it handy having the boss that's a Dockers man? You have to play it very, very calmly around Derby time?
Well, recently we've had to keep a low profile, but there is, across the exec, they're mainly Freo and Adelaide, so they had a pretty good year this year, everyone.
And you got 4 teams, so which is your team now, my friend?
The blue team, Hancock Iron Ore Blue, so we're in that first race there.
Oh, so you didn't go, but you didn't race yourself? Or you did race?
I was in the boat.
Oh, you did race?
Had to shoot off quickly to get...
Oh, okay. All right, well, tell us about the race and how you just beat Hanroy.
It was a good race. We had a bit of a slow start, took a bit of a detour on the way down, so I think we covered 520 metres, so we've learned our lessons for the next one. It was a handicap race.
Very good, mate. Thanks for coming down and joining us. Congratulations on the first win. Gerhard, thank you for so much for what you're going to put some. There's going to be a bet, is there? Is there going to be? I remember famously last year it was you and Westrack. Jarvis had a bet. Is that on again?
I think we need to get Jarvis here and put a bet on. What do you think?
For telethon?
For
money
telethon. For telethon.
Mate, you're a very generous man. You're a philanthropist. We'll work on Jarvis right now. I'm going to throw back now to Stuart Clark and Lara Glendinning and Nick Flavel as they get race 2 going, which has Westrack in that race, Big Yellow Mining and the Hancock Prospecting team. So we'll see how race 2 goes. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Barra.
You're a good man. All right, guys, back to you, Stu. Take it back. I know they're getting lined up. They look a bit crooked at the moment. It's a bit different from the normal regattas, isn't it? Where they just need to get saw the rookies and the amateurs trying to work out exactly what to do, but we're looking forward to race 2.
They're doing a great job, and it's going to be a while before I get that image of a fat cat, a lump of iron ore, yourself and Gerard together. It's amazing. So thank you very much for that. And the boats are just lining up. Eric raised a really good point there. His boat there being Hancock Iron Ore Blue did do a little bit of a detour, so they probably did about an extra 50 metres on the other crew there. So it shows you the importance of the road of the Cox's role in making sure that those boats are nice and straight, to be nice and efficient and get across the line as quickly as possible there. So as we mentioned there, so heat number 2 lining up. So in lane 1, as a reminder, lane 1 is the one nearest to the shoreline and ourselves. That's West Rack. And then in the middle lane, we have Big Yellow Mining. And then in lane 3, we have Hancock Prospecting. So they're lining up. They all look like they're there. Laura, what are you seeing here?
Well, this is a great alignment compared to Heat 1, but I'm sure there's probably a slight current going through there that's making this quite challenging. So this is looking like an awesome clean start, and they're off.
And they are off. And racing starts is generally, for those not familiar, the first 3 strokes are really getting that boat moving, and that leg drive to get it there. Then you do 10 hard strokes, get the boat going, and then you lengthen out and get it there. The rating is important, and as is making sure that the blades are nice and clean. I can see there, West Track there, that look like it's all pretty even. A bit of splashing going on there, and that's going to slow people down along the way. Rating-wise, as I say, just need to make sure you don't go too quick, because efficiency beats pace at this level, so that's all good. But hey, it's like they're in a straight line. What's going on here?
This is really exciting here, Stuart. So we got the West Track team at the top of our screen here, just having a couple of minor hiccups with our pacing. Potentially a crab has been caught. And,
they have. Yes, indeed. West Track has caught a crab and they've stopped. So one of the rows. So a crab is whereby the blade goes in an incorrect angle, and basically there's a handbrake, and they've actually stopped. So really, when that happens, you've got to get going again, and they've started to do that. Then that's enabled the Big Yellow Mining to take a lead, and they're stretching it out now and doing a really good job. They're probably a whole boat length in front now over Hancock Prospecting, and they're probably about 100 metres away from the finish line. West Track look like they may have had an issue there, not just a crab, but maybe an oar issue.
Potentially the seat has come off the rails.
There's many things.
Potentially an oar may have come out of the gate.
And if I may, look, the drama that's going on here. So Hancock Prospecting, they've actually come to a standstill as well.
Their stroke seat has caught a crab. So if you saw there, his oar was actually behind the person.
Wow.
Which can be dangerous at times. But it looks like he's recovered, and the coxswain's trying to get that crew back into a rhythm.
Yeah, wow, how's that for drama?
But in the meantime, the Big Yellow Mining have secured Heat 2.
Cruised it. And that shows the importance as well about, even if you do get a crab, carry on, get going, because you don't know what's going to happen in front of you. And there's a good example there. West Track, whilst they caught that crab, if they got it together quicker, hey, Hancock Prospecting, they caught a crab also.
Yes, you don't ever wish for the other crew to stuff up under your own demise, but sometimes these things happen.
That's right.
And you do take that opportunity to just recover as quickly as you can and hopefully get out in front again.
So that's probably a really good example there of the crew's training, getting there, and then, as I say, all the anxiety and all the adrenaline rowing. People get so hyped up with it, and it is nervous. It doesn't matter how long you've been rowing, it is nervous at the start line. And that probably played out there where those crabs come into play. And it's always a challenge because of the person in 8th seat in stroke. Everyone follows them, so whatever that person does, and if that person catches a crab, it does have a big impact on the rest of the boat.
Oh, absolutely. And even when you're in the bow of the boat, some people think you can hide back there, but even if your rhythm's out from the stroke seats, it can really disrupt in the middle of the boat. So every seat in an 8 is important from the front to the back, but it's certainly those front two, the stroke pair, that are setting that rhythm.
And the joy about this, the RWA regatta, is that even though there's a couple of crabs caught there, they go into the semi-finals. So the semi-finals, whoever wins that semi-final it could be actually in the grand final as well. So it really is like a round robin, and it's not all. If you lose the first one, you're out. No, not at all. That next semi-final race, you could actually put it up, and we've seen it many times happen. So there's lots of opportunity for all to get through to the finals there.
Almost acts as a repechage, our semi-finals. So that used to be an event progression at a World Rowing Championship level, but they've removed the repechages now. So it is kind of acts like a second go, second chance.
And if maybe a little bit on the corporate challenge itself here. So for the corporates involved, this is great program for if you're looking at your future leaders. So we've been involved with this over many years. So if you get your crew and you have somebody leading that crew, to choose that from your organisation as part of the leadership program, they've got to really motivate those crew to get there. They've got the selection process, who's going to make the crew, that commitment to keep them there, and then on the race day, keeping it all together. So as part of a leadership program, these events are outstanding. And the future leaders will emerge from this kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And rowing is the ultimate team sport. You need all 8 people putting in 100% in these races, but then also when it comes to training. So you can't get an 8 out if you've only got 7 people rocking up to training in the morning.
Okay, we're going to hand over now to Barra, who's has got something really interesting for us there. So over to you, Barra.
Unbelievable. Let me just, excuse me, Brad, I'll just try. What about now? Here we go. All right, that mute button gets you every time, Brad. So here we are down at the Swan River Rowing Club. We've had race 2, and Big Yellow Mining has come through in heat 2, just ahead of Hancock Prospecting. West Track, I saw Jarvis, the CEO of West Track here. He's not very happy because the boys went off the track a bit. But Brad Gordon, it's your company, Big Yellow Mining, and mate, they are big blokes, aren't they? Well, unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I'm too small to go in the boat, so there's nearly 1,000 kilograms in the 8 people in the boat, including the cocks. So we're pulling a lot of weight.
Now, I don't know a lot about rowing, but I know that, I'm not sure, does that actually help being heavier, averaging 104 kilos each?
It definitely hinders rather than helps. Yeah.
How come you're not rowing? The boss is not rowing. What's the story?
I had a heart operation 7 days ago, and the surgeon said you've got to wait 6 weeks, so I'm out.
You had a heart operation 7 days, a week ago?
Yeah, this may be affecting my recovery, just being on the sidelines.
Oh my God.
It's exciting.
Well, don't get too excited then. What if they're in the final against Hancock?
We hope so.
Yeah,
we hope so.
That is really good. So what's this done for your company in terms of having a team like this, and obviously a lot of team building around the place, the training, that sort of thing?
Yeah, we're a new company, so we've only been going about 4 years, but have quite a few mining clients in Western Australia. We're into team building and into sports events. You know, we're the major sponsor of the Pipeline Challenge, which is the ride from Kalgoorlie to Perth. The boys did a few weeks ago, and then straight into this. So we're supporting Swan River Rowing Club through this, and we'll be in it again next year, maybe with 2 boats.
Mate, you're a good man, and you might be in it too by then. I'll
definitely be in
ready to go. This cycling, not being big, and cycling doesn't go either. What's the story? You need to choose rugby or something.
The weight of the cyclers is about the same as the weight of the rowers. In fact, for the 4 team cyclers, they're all in the boat. So they're big boys.
Brad, can I just say, what a monster effort by you to come down here 7 days after heart surgery, and mate, in an event where you might have to get a bit excited. So just, have you keeping on top of your pulse? What is it? What is it now?
It was 125 resting heart rate. Now it's down to about 55, so it's okay.
All right, mate. Great. You're looking well. All right, I'm going to speak to some of your rowers. So thank you very much. I love the T-shirt there, the big yellow. Have we got one of the teammates? Here we go. Here comes the front rower. Come in, my friend. Do you know? What's your name, my friend?
Connor.
Connor?
Yeah.
Are you the captain of the team?
No, he is actually, but I'm his son in 7 seat.
He's a genius. I tell you what, it's like the front row of the Wallabies here, us three, or maybe the All Blacks.
Yeah, well, definitely the Wallabies. Wallabies, not All Blacks.
Wallabies, yeah. We got towed up in the Bledisloe the other day, didn't we? Why is your team so big, mate? I feel at home here.
Oh, we've been prepping for about 6 months in the gym, and I'm at the pub. So we just started tapering about a week ago. So yeah, didn't cut down the weight in time, but yeah, we're up there, pretty strong.
Do you do any training?
No, none at all.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And so you might be into the Corporate Cup final. You might be in the big one later on. That'll be something that for someone who hasn't trained.
Yeah, it's looking good. I'm pretty excited. We thought we'd come in as the underdogs. Pretty fast crews out there that this is their second or third years, and this is our first one. So
first year.
Yeah, we wanted to come out 100%, leave nothing behind on the first race, just to show them not to mess around with.
Have you checked out the opposition? Is it Hancock Blue that are the team to beat, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it was Hancock Prospecting when I saw.
Yeah, eyes in the boat.
Eyes in the boat, yeah.
The other boats. Yeah. Eyes in the boat.
Eyes in the boat. Don't try to psych out the opposition. This is going to be a great final. Tell us about Big Yellow. It must be a great company, and sounds like the boss is a good fella too.
Yeah, great company. They've been around for 4 years. They've moved pretty far in the time they've been here. It's a great crew. Everyone coming together. Good camaraderie out there, and it goes back into the office as well after each training session, which is really nice.
Brad, what I should know this, but what is Big Yellow into?
Open cut mining, contracting. So if anyone wants to drill, blast, load and haul, then give Big Yellow a call.
Yeah, all right. We might as well got the add on there as well. And the big fella, how good's a big fella being here 7 days after heart surgery?
Oh, yeah, well, he thought he was going to be in the boat. The doctor said 6 weeks, but I think he went for about a second or third referral just to make sure. He tried to get back in. But yeah, it's really good having him around, supporting the guys.
Well, congratulations. You've won Heat 2, so you're advancing, and maybe we'll see you in the final up against one of the Hancock teams. And, average weight, 104. Amazing. 104 kilos.
I think a few guys are lying about their weight, so it's a bit higher than that. Yeah.
Mate, what does the Cox weigh? He must be a giant as well, is he?
Yeah, he's put on 5 kilos since we started training because of the toasted sandwiches after the training. He has. He told, yeah.
This is brilliant. You guys have to come to telethon. We'll do a whole skit, us the three of us. This is the Big Yellow team. They won Heat 2. I'll throw it back to Stewie Clark now. Good luck, mate, with it's Heat 3, I think. Back to you.
Yeah. Thanks, Barra. Look at that. Yeah, as I say, front row there for the rowers. And
look after yourself, mate.
Not too sure whether the Cox putting on 5 kilos is a good incentive, but hey, there's a lot of power in that Big Yellow mining boat, that's for sure. All right, okay, so we're moving on to Heat 3 already now, and looks like the crews are up at the start line and ready to go. A couple of them actually just drifted past it because of the winds now are coming into play. The lineup is, should we say, erratic, but if we may, in lane 1, which is nearest to us, is PCB Contractors. In lane 2, we have Hancock Iron Ore, the red team, and in lane 3 we have Camco. So they've started, and a little bit of a false start there by Hancock Iron Ore Red, and they're actually heading towards the other boat. They need to adjust there, otherwise there will be a collision. And geez, they're getting close, aren't they, Laura?
Well, I wonder if the umpires may call this race back with a collision happening so close to the start, but potentially with a second chance semi-final, they may just run this race
I think
through.
they're running. So they actually asked Hancock to stop because they were going to collide there, and the timing is they're starting to get that back now. But we have a clear way out in front here at the moment, and it's PCB Contractors, and they're running really gracefully. Look at that.
They are. They've got that lane closest to the crowd here at Canning Bridge, so they might be able to hear their coaches and their support team cheering on for them as they come close to the finish line now. We've probably about 200 metres left, but this Hancock Iron Ore Red team and Camco team, they keep coming next to each other. It's almost like magnets being drawn to each other.
They're like want to row together, those guys. And Yeah, look, as I say, a PCB have got this. They've actually been given some notes on PCB, and they've actually got their managing director in the boat as well, and he's got a reputation for the fastest recovery from getting the most crabs in there. So that's something to put in your CV, which is really good. And he's done a fine job there by not catching any crabs at all. And if you look at any of the footage, look at that, in and out, nice and clean. It's exactly what you want to see. The other two boats they're drifting away from each other. I'm sure they're going to come and get a bit friendly again. Yes, they are. And but PCB way out in front, cruising across. That bodes well for the semi-final for them. Yeah, look at that. Celebrations, and quite right too. It's going to be pretty tight here for the second place. It's all important here because it's determine where they're going to be in the semi-finals. And it does look like Hancock Iron or Red, probably about a quarter of a length in front now. Yes, and they got it there. So your winners today in Heat 3 was PCB Contractors. Hancock Iron or Red was second, and Camco come a valiant third, although I think there'd be a little bit of a conjecture around the closeness there. But hey, as I say, the beauty is they all get to have another go in the semi-finals now.
Exactly, and as long as today they come out here and feel like they can have some really good racing after 6 weeks of training together, a whole new skill, and it's not an easy skill either. So the fact that they're out there, they're having a go, and they are competitive within each other, even if they are almost interlocking oars, it should be a great experience for all. Yeah,
you're quite right. Learning new skills. So when they start off, they'll be coming down early in the mornings ordinarily, so they'll be on the water, going backwards in the dark. Hey, if you want to test yourself, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
So they did it really well there. That's great.
And the Camco team, they were training out of A&A Rowing Club, which is up in Bayswater. So they would have had some absolutely beautiful mornings up on that stretch of river. Sometimes it's even misty and foggy, but a lot of the times it is quite flat with a bit of a strong current. So they've had a beautiful training grounds up there at A&A, whereas the other crews have been training here at Canning Bridge. So maybe a slight home ground advantage for some of these crews.
Maybe. And look, for anyone that's here today that's not involved in rowing, but this is giving you the inspiration to think, hey, do you know what? I want to give that a go. Well, many of the rowing clubs here, particularly at Canning Bridge and others, do a Learn to Row course. So I know from personal experience, Canning Bridge Rowing Club do an excellent course there led by Ian Winfield. He's the head coach there. And the other clubs as well, PRC and Swannies, they all do their own Learn to Row. So if you feel inspired and you want to get involved, come down. It's over a few weeks. You get a flavour for it. And, hey, at the end of it, the worst that can happen, you go upstairs and have a glass of wine and say, I can do that. So you go up to the PAV, I can do that. I'm a rower.
I've been out on one of those boats before. And hopefully you can say you didn't fall in.
That's right, quite right. No one will fall in on the Learn to Row course, I'll guarantee it. They guarantee it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is throw back to Barra. He's got an interview coming up here. Over to you, Barra. Good man.
Should I sit on this side so I'm following it? Hey Nick, what's
All right, here we are down on Riverside as we've just seen Heat 3, and it's PCB Contractors, Hancock Iron Ore Red second and Camco third. And you're the chairman of the company, my friend, Darren. So you've got a new boat as well. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we've got a new boat. Fortunately, there's a boat come available for us a couple of weeks ago, and PCB's really embraced rowing, raced last year, and obviously in the competition this year, and so very excited to pick up the new boat. It's got a little bit of a heritage, which is quite nice, and definitely proved worth it on that race there.
Now tell us about getting a new boat. Do you have to literally go over and get it? Was it in Geelong or something?
Yeah, no, we didn't have to do that, fortunately, but in contact with the Swan River Rowing Club, they made us aware that they got one available, and the team brought it over. I think it arrived on Thursday. A little bit of modifications to do there, and on the water today, so pretty good.
So it arrived on Thursday and you're racing on Saturday.
Yeah.
You like cutting it fine, do you?
Yeah, no, it was good timing. We had all the decals and everything done yesterday, so worked out perfect.
And they're not cheap, these boats, I believe.
Yeah, well, this one's obviously an Olympic boat, so at second hand, I think we've got a pretty good deal, and hopefully it gets us through the final race.
So this boat was in the Tokyo Olympics, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, it's as I said, a lot of heritage, and a lot of people at the Swan River Rowing Club very proud to have that in their fleet as well. So thanks, pick up.
That's incredible. You've gone to that extent to be part of this. How big could this event become, do you reckon? I know you guys have been big supporters and really having a crack too. Sheldon and his son Brooklyn and that, all involved.
Yeah, so obviously our first time last year, and the whole company's really enjoyed it. The training sessions were obviously just over the road here. All of our team members are involved. We've probably got through almost about 40-50% of our staff have been in the boat various times. So, yeah, we've really embraced it. And the Swan River Rowing Club have been absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, fully on board.
And you enjoyed it yourself? Tell us about the actual row through.
That was really good, nice and smooth. So, good race for us. Probably some younger people there, better equipped than I am at the moment. But, no, it's a lot of fun. And we've got all our members from our team. They're all loving it. So, fantastic event.
So it comes from the top, their love of the rowing.
Yeah, so a little bit of history. You've got young Brooklyn Brody has got a bit of heritage there. My son's in the boat, did a bit of rowing out at Trinity, so a little bit of pedigree there, which helps us as well.
The old Trinity rowing team. Is this Brooklyn here?
This is Brooklyn here. You want
all right.
Brooklyn?
So Brooklyn, jump in here with the boss, with the chairman, and because you've got a bit of a story, haven't you, Brooklyn? Like last year, I think you were the Cox.
Yeah.
And didn't you get some strong feedback from the boss and co? And so this year you decided to row. Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Last year I was obviously rowing for Aquinas. Didn't really think I'd be able to fit in to like rowing real trainings, but he wanted me to cox it. I had a bit of experience, obviously within boats, and we went out there. We won the first two, lost the last one to a few bad coals, but this year Dad's asked me to actually row it. He wanted to win, apparently, so...
So you're Aquinas, but your family's Trinity, so it's the Catholic Mafia, is it?
I wouldn't describe it like that, Barra, but yeah, pretty good boat pedigree, rowing pedigree. So.
Oh, very good as well. And tell us, Brooklyn, your dad Sheldon, is he the CEO of the company, or is?
So Sheldon's the founder, or one of the founders of PCB, so it's a family business. So he's a director and director of a couple of our businesses, including asbestos and demolition. So yeah,
got it.
One of the family members, and obviously Brooklyn's carrying on the family tradition.
So Brooklyn, what's it like rowing with your dad? Is there a lot of pressure or what?
There's a bit of pressure, but good fun.
Tell him to shut up.
A lot, yeah. Tell him to fix his technique. Not the greatest. He's always puffed out after, so...
Oh, mate, you're going to be in so much trouble. It's better... What's the difference between being a cox and rowing? I know what the difference is, but what would you prefer, you reckon? Is it better to yell at people, or is it better to do the work?
I prefer rowing, personally. Coxing's fun every once in a while. It's a bit easier. It takes a lot of focus, but... compared to rowing, it's probably a little bit easier, yeah.
And obviously this makes a big difference to your company in terms of team building and team spirit, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think that's why PCB's really embraced the regatta. So, we spent the past 6 weeks getting all our team involved in the training. So everybody's given the opportunity within the company. We've got lots of people that want to have a go at it. So it's fantastic from a team perspective. And there's plenty of competition within the business as well. So coming here on race day and giving ourselves a chance to win is very exciting for us as well.
Oh, well done. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being involved. PCB, well done, Brooklyn. Hang in there, mate. Go easy on the old man. I'm going to throw back to Stuart Clark now and Larry Glendinning, pardon me. Guys, can you tell us where we're at now in terms of the semi-finals? Let's announce those races. Over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Barra. And yes, we have the semi-final information. So in the first semi-final, we're going to have Hancock Blue v, guess what, Hancock Red. So that's going to be a in-house competition there with West Track in there. So we're going to have Hancock Blue in lane 1, Hancock Red in lane 2, and then West Track. And then we have semi-final 2. Lara, who's in semi-final 2, please?
We'll have in lane 1, Big Yellow Mining. In lane 2, Hanroy. And in lane 3, Camco.
Right, and that's going to be a pretty interesting race after what we've seen already today. And then our final semi-final 3, PCB, and we've just been interviewing a couple of the members there, so they'll be getting out for their readiness for that. Hancock Prospecting, and then the Royal Flying Doctors in semi-final 3. And that will determine, these 3 races will then determine who goes into the C final, then the Challenge Plate, and then the overall Corporate Cup. So the winners of these semi-finals will go into the Corporate Cup, and then second place will be the Challenge, and then there'll be the C final as well. So as I say, everyone gets 3 races here. And if we're looking at the boats, so Hancock Blue in the pink boat is already at the start line, is eager and awaiting for their competitors to join them.
Yes, in their matching pink hats with their pink boat. So let's see if that good omen carries through to semi-final 1. And talking of food and coffee, there are pies, bacon and egg rolls and Bannister Downs milk over at the Swan River Rowing Club if you go up the stairs and head on upstairs. They've also got a ergo competition and some face painting for the young ones, or maybe the older ones too.
A little bit of makeover there required. It's going to be a couple of minutes here. Look, they're running behind schedule. Hey, we're enjoying our rowing. There's no need to keep to a timetable. I suppose a little bit about rowing and how it can help you as an individual. I suppose the beauty of rowing is that it's low impact. So I think it's only swimming which is less impact on the body than rowing. And what that means is that you see other sports, be it running, AFL, we've seen some AFL players this morning. The body's kind of say, that's it, I've had enough after a period of time. Rowing, you can carry on. So you can start, a lot of people learn their rowing at schools. So there's many schools that, and they've competitions at Champions Lakes, and then they go through their career. So you can have a whole range, and we've actually got many people in their 70s that continue rowing, so you can row throughout your whole life. We have people in their 80s, and we even have people in their 90s. So Laura and I both know infamous, if you don't know, then you should know by the end of today, Alan Salisbury. He doesn't mind me saying he's now 92 years of age. He's an absolute unique individual, 92 years of age, comes down here on his push bike, gets his single out, goes up and down the river, puts it away, and has a chat along the way. So hey, well, the longevity of rowing is with you forever if you enjoy it. And the beauty of getting out on the water every day, seeing the sun rise, because rowing is generally is a morning sport, is absolutely marvellous. It's really good for your mental well-being and the like.
It is a very unique sport in that sense, where at times I am on the water at the same time as Alan, and it's really special. And even yesterday morning there was some pretty high-performance athletes, including some Olympians doing speed checks on the canning course, and there was Alan. He was waiting at the start line with them, not joining in, may I add, but he often sits there in awe and watches the younger rowers go past, and always make an effort to say good morning, Alan, as we go through. Yeah, absolute legend, and rightly so, rightly so. So looking at the boats now, we've got those going up. Yep. So we've got... Oh, really? Okay, excuse me. We're going to hand back to Barra. Barra's found someone really interesting that we need to hear from. So, Barra, who you got now for us?
Very special guest, actually. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, mate. Just I've got a very special guest, as I was saying. Johnson Daubney. Now, Johnson's just got back from Shanghai, I believe. You're a sculler. You're rowing quads up there. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I was selected start of the year, April this year. We went away, raced in Europe, did a Europe tour, World Cup 1, World Cup 2, and also Henley, which is a wonderful event.
Wow. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Henley, it's raced on the River Thames. It's a bit similar to this in terms of, it's a head race, so only two boats in each race, so 1v1, and it's a lot more of a mental game. Wow. You see a few mental pops out there. So it was good. We had 3 races and then made the final, raced the British in the final. Sadly, we couldn't get up on their home soil, but had some great racing there, and then came back to Canberra to prepare for Senior World Championships in Shanghai, had good racing in Shanghai, but it was my first year, same with all my crewmates, so it was a year of experience. We came 12th, which wasn't the same as what we were doing in Europe, a few places off, but yeah, we learn a lot, and it's going to take way into training next year and keep moving up the order.
So you're in Canberra because of the AIS? Is that why you're there?
Yeah.
Or I know you coach at Canberra Grammar as well, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, the Men's National Training Centre for rowing is based in Canberra. Rowing has been based in Canberra for many years, and then in 2017 they put the men in Canberra and the women in Penrith at the at the Hancock National Training Centre in Penrith, and then I also coach at Canberra Grammar across the road with Nick Collins, who actually used to coach at Aquinas here. So yeah, it's been set up this year in Canberra, quite enjoying it, and yeah, it's been a good time.
And so you're working towards LA, but you look quite young. Brisbane, you'll probably peak. So you'll be in Brisbane with Gout. How good's that going to be?
Oh, that'd be unreal. That'd be unreal. That is the goal long term. You know, like I think our squad, we've got the people to make it to qualified boats to race at LA, and then keep pushing up and try and push for medals. And then if not, definitely Brisbane's the opportunity. Wow. So home Olympics, that's very exciting, and you can already see it building here, and we talk about it a lot in the rowing back in Canberra as well. So it's a very exciting time, and if I get to meet Gout there, well, even better.
And is this the Swan River Rowing Club blazer?
Yes. So this is the Swan River Rowing Club blazer. Very proud, proud to be wearing it in front of my home club. It's anytime I get a chance to wield it out, I always do.
And how good's Hancock been supporting rowing, eh? That's just made so much difference, hasn't it?
Without Hancock and our good friend Mrs. Ryan Hart, I wouldn't be able to keep doing the sport I love. And they've been we've been awesome being able to be supported here at Swan River Rowing Club and this event as well. How good's it been? The weather. Oh.
And so I reckon your family is a famous dairy family, is it? Is that right?
Correct, yeah. So I grew up on a dairy farm in Northcliffe, about 4 hours south. I was actually just snuck back there this week. Dad put me to work a little bit here and there, getting coffees mainly, drinking tea at Grandma's house.
What about training?
Yeah.
You got your own river down there?
No, get away. That's why I go down there. Get away from it. Got an erg in the shed that I sort of...
You've got to hit the ergo.
Yeah, hit the erg.
How much do you hate the ergo?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's a hell machine. No, I quite like it. I go all right on the erg. So
you must go all right. Your nickname's Truck, isn't it?
Yeah. Some people call me that. No,
is that because of rowing?
It's just a big guy. Just power through, I guess.
Johnson, you're a good man. You are a good man. Look, just tell us about. Do you know what happens now? Have you worked it out? Have you worked out how the system is here at this corporate cup?
Yeah, so I believe we've just raced the heats. So that's the idea of the heats was to seed the crews into semi-finals. So the semi-final, everyone's got a chance at the A final, but this is do or die out there now. So the top crew from each of the semis will go through to the A final. The second crew from each of the semis will go to the B final, and the third crew from each of the semis. So there's 3 semis. Sounds a bit weird, but
nice and simple.
Yeah, it gives everyone a chance. So the idea here is to come first to have a shot at the top spot.
So I need one of the Hancock teams to be taking on the West Track team for a bet between a couple of my mates, between Jarvis and where are they? To see for money for telethon. So could that happen?
Well, I believe West Track. Who are you backing?
Gerhard from Hancock, of course. Okay. No, but West Track is Mr. Stokes' company, so I'm torn.
Very true. Well, I think West Track just had a malfunction in their heat, so they didn't do as well in their heat, but they'll come strong for the semi for sure. But I know the Hancock Blue team is very strong as well, so I think they might be racing each other in the semi, I believe.
That's the chance for the boys are behind us there, so they're putting together what sort of funding they can make for telethon if their team wins or loses. So malfunction, is that a code for they stuffed up, or was there a malfunction?
No, well, it might have been a crab and then something broke, but we got good equipment.
A crab? Is that what you call it, crabbing?
Yeah, so a crab. So when the oar it often will get sucked, caught under, because obviously it's a curve, and when it gets caught under the water, it's quite hard to get out.
Yeah.
So it'll get caught under, and some people get ejected out of the boat. Hasn't happened yet, but I know it happened last year.
So it's not actually hitting a crab though, that's just called crabbing.
It's called crabbing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's a lot of crabs in the Swan River, you never know. Nick, could you come over here for a minute? Nick Flavel's he basically runs the Swan River Rowing Club, and he's going to tell us about a special guest. We'll get I guess that's the president or the chairman, tell us. And Johnson, you're a genius, mate. Well done. Wish you all the best for Australia,
Yeah, great timing this morning to have Johnson back. We've got another one of our young stars, Jackie Swick, who was up in Shanghai rowing in the women's four with Johnson, and Jackie's still having a holiday, but great to have Johnson back. James is our Swan River Rowing Club president, big driver behind the club, and he can tell you a little bit about what we do down here.
Oh, okay, you're going to handball, are you? James, so give us the introduction, James.
James has been our president for a number of years now. I don't know if you know, Barra, we were Rowing Australia Club of the Year last year.
Congratulations.
And yeah, this corporate cup is a big part of what we do. It's a big month where the whole club gets behind the event. This year was really terrific. We had a lot of our young athletes coaching the crews. So yeah, I heard Johnson talking about West Track, Sam and Rowan coaching the West Track ladies and gentlemen, and I heard Johnson say they had a little bit of a mishap, which turned out it was a gate popping open. So a little bit of a rookie error with the gate not done up properly, but I'm sure they'll address that. But yeah, we've got some fantastic young athletes, so the crews have been in great hands. James still rows. He competes doesn't compete, he participates in the Hawaiian Ride for Youth. Great community man, and we're very, very lucky to have him at the rowing club.
Oh, after that pump up, mate, we'll get him in. Here he comes, James. Welcome, my friend, as the president, right, mate? So was it Club of the Year? You said Club of the Year.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. We were selected Club of the Year for the current year, 2024, across all the clubs across the whole of Australia. I think it's a great testimony to the club, community engagement, the structures and processes we have within the club itself, and events like this, which I think that to be a club, it's not just how good are the athletes on the water. I think it's about the contribution that you can make to a broader community, and I think we're very proud to be able to do that.
You're certainly doing that. I'm the president of the Perth Football Club, so I know the president ends up doing a lot of the work, as far as I can tell. But you must have a good team here, right?
So we have a fantastic team, and I think the team spans all the age groups. Nick's been amazing in terms of being able to help us support and drive this particular event. We have people that play roles that are kind of in the secretary space, the health and safety space, etc. And I think certainly given the broadness and diversity of the club, things like integrity and those types of things are very important. And it's important we as a club are able to support that from a structure perspective. But you're only as good as the team, and I have an amazing team, and we're very, very grateful.
Well, congratulations on the award, and thank you so much on behalf of Channel 7 for being part of this and being supporters of Telethon, and Hancock, of course, massive supporters of the event too, which makes all the difference.
I know, it's been fantastic. I think, to your point, the ability again to be involved in the community, I think, is tremendous. The support from Hancock more broadly has been amazing. They've supported us both, through this event and outside of the event, and then not also, to forget the other sponsors. PCB, West Track. We have a philanthropic investment in terms of our relationship with the Royal Flying Doctors, Big Yellow, and I think, again, it's about being a part of the community and driving an outcome, very much the way that what Telethon's about as well.
Well said. Now, who do you think the favourites are at the moment? Is it the Hancock Blue team, or do you reckon the Big Yellow guys, they are big, averaging 105 kilos?
Yes. Well, listen, I'm a firm believer that we're all going to be winners today. I think that's the most important thing. And if anything, I think rowing is going to do well, the club's going to do well out of it, and I think everybody here is going to have an experience. The thing that strikes me is 4 weeks ago, there were 100 people that never rowed before. 4 weeks later, they're smashing it down the river and having a wonderful time, and there's a great sense of community.
Well, look out here, my friend James, because it looks like the semi-finals underway, so we better throw to Stuart Clark. Congratulations to the Swan River Rowing Club.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Barra. Yeah, we've already we're up and running now. So with that in mind, let's have a look. We have West Track are way out in front, although they're going a bit of an adjacent angle there, cutting across quite a bit. But they've set off so fast. Look at them. Look at them go.
They have. They definitely want to make a statement in this semi to get through to the Corporate Cup. And the Heat 1's winners of Hancock Iron Ore Blue in that pink boat, just looking like they've just faded away a little bit away from West Track's massive push, but there has been a lane swap here between West Track and Hancock Red.
Yeah, that's right. So if you're looking from the shoreline, so West Track are in the yellow boats and Hancock are in the pink and on the far side there. The competition that Barra's referring to between Hancock and West Track, I think we're seeing that play out there. So I don't know how much the wager was for a telethon, but someone's going to need to have deep pockets after this race, that's for sure. But West Track are way out in front. Look, there's probably 3 or 4 lengths, as you mentioned, changing lanes. They're coming past us now, as we can see. Nice and relaxed now. They've got this, so they will be going through to the final of the Corporate Cup. It looks like that Hancock Blue are going to be going into the Challenge Plate, and then with Hancock Red are going to go into the C final. Yeah, they've crossed the line already. I hope they've crossed the line because they stopped. Yes, they have indeed. Look at that.
Big cheers from that West Track crew, which are coached by past Australian representatives Sam Marsh and Rowan James. I believe they are now a 2-time coaching duo, as they coached the West Track team last year. So they're definitely well experienced in their coaching expertise, and they'll be very pleased to see their crew go through to the Corporate Cup.
That's right. And just coming up now, bringing up the rear is a Hancock Red. They've managed to almost get onto the course there, which is quite an achievement. So again, we're talking about the distance. They've probably covered about 600 metres. So if they went straight, they'd probably be really close to a race there. But no, good on them. It's a fine effort by all the crews there. Really good to see. Very competitive. The stroke rate there for West Track was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and it takes experienced athletes to get a high stroke rate and to do it well. So awesome to see them refine their skills in such a short period of time.
And it was mentioned there earlier in the commentary with Barra and the like that West Track in their first race, they mentioned the gate. So that's where the oar sits on the riggers, and there's a gate there that needs to be done up tight. And it appeared that hadn't been done up, which is why the oar came out, which is why the boat stopped. So as part of their training, it would have been, and it's probably again the excitement of their day, that one of the people didn't do their gate up properly. But look, had no bearing because they've come through to semi-final, and clearly they've checked their gates, they've checked their feet, and they've rowed as superbly as a team. But all these teams, they're really good times. I'll be interested to see what the times were today, but they all did exceedingly well there. All 3 of these teams get to race one more time.
Yes, once you forget something like an equipment malfunction, like doing up your gate, you never seem to forget again. So it's one of those things that kind of haunt you if it happens during an important race. But these guys are lucky they learnt in the heats, which they've had their second chance in the semis.
Yeah, and already now, Laura, because they've already had their first race, that's where a lot of the anxiety and the excitement gets there.
Absolutely.
And you're filling up the lungs and the like, and it's kind of you get that burn in the lungs. After the first race, the second race I always find of the day is probably you're in your comfort zone. You're getting in the zone and you're doing really well, and it's probably your best performance. And by the third race, you're actually cruising. You've ironed out any issues and really performing well. So it bodes well for the finals as they come up now. Okay, so now we're going to hand back to Barra. And Barra, who have you got with us now,
Okay,
Barra?
thanks, guys. Bit of a different view here of the bridge. I'm hoping you've got me. We've got the boss of West Track coming through. Come through, Jarvis Croom. A great supporter of Telethon, and obviously pretty happy now because your team, they bounced back. It was technical problems in the heat, but they've shown their true form.
Absolutely. Obviously, it may be a damaged conrod, but now the engine's rebuilt, they're powering along. So, but no, fantastic teamwork, and I think they're really excited about what today's got in store.
Mate, I've learned about crabbing today too. Apparently, if you crab, it's not a crab. It's actually, that's a technical term for just hitting the wrong angle of the water or something.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the first warm-up, we had a little bit of a technical issue there, but look, the team have bounced back like they always do. At West Track, we're made for more, and our team showed that today.
Now, there's a rumour that you and the Hancock boss, Hancock Iron Ore boss, Gerhard, are having a bet again, but the money to go to telethon, is that on the cards if you guys meet in one of the finals?
Well, absolutely. If we make it to the finals, I think a bet would be a good thing. We'll put some personal money on the table and see who can come out on top.
And I know what your standard bets are, so you'll be hoping for a win. There's pressure's right on the boys now. What a great company. What does it mean to WestTrack to be involved in an event like this and do the training and the teamwork and team spirit it creates?
Look, it's been amazing. We had so many people wanting to be part of this event. They've given their own time to get up early and train together. They've really developed a set of camaraderie. They've got to know people across the business. They're so excited about coming down here today. I think there was more arguments about how many spots there were in the boat and who was going to get in there. But, it's fantastic for our business. We get really excited to see our team out there helping the community. We had the team ride Macca Ride to Conquer Cancer last weekend. Nearly 30 people did that event. A fantastic team here today, and then obviously telethon next weekend. So a really exciting time for everyone at WestTrack.
Now, mate, I saw the big yellow team? There are a lot of big guys, sort of our size, 100 kilo.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have a crack next year. What do you reckon?
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I said to Gerhard, he's lost a bit of weight and he's looking pretty fit. Right? I think he's been getting some early training in. So you and I might have to do some extra hours in the gym if we're going to take him on. But I'm a little bit worried about sinking the boat. But otherwise, I reckon it's worth giving it a shot.
I've looked at the Channel 7 team with Rick Arden, Jeff Parry, Ryan Daniels. We might get a ring in on Basil Zemplis or something. What do you reckon? He could be the Cox, actually, because he loves talking.
Yeah, he'd be barking orders at us. But, no, look, I think any opportunity to get down on the water is a fantastic opportunity. And for people out there that maybe haven't done rowing before, it is an incredible sport. But it's not all just about the sport. You can come down and have fun. And what a great place to be down here on the river.
Mate, thank you so much to WestTrack. And you too, personally, Jarvis. You're a great man. Big I can't even say that word. You're very charitable.
Thanks. Try and help out along the way.
Good on you, mate. Well, there you go. We're going to speak to one of your team. Okay, here we go. Come on over. And it's great to see a female participant as well. Congratulations. You bounced back. We're a bit worried in the first race, but technical issues, eh?
Yeah, one of our guys lost his oar, and then we did what's called catching a crab. So basically your oar gets pinned under the boat, and that kind of set the timing off, and we just couldn't recover in time. Yeah, we had a great start, though, and we repeated that here. So, through to the next round.
Looking at your form, you'd be contenders now, wouldn't you, about your true form?
Yeah, I think that start has got us really, really well. When you settle down into it and we keep that pace, I think we're going to have a really, really strong race.
Who are the main contenders that, if you're not going to win it, who are the ones that you've got to beat?
Oh, mate, we're going to win it.
Who are you worried about?
Hancock Prospecting.
Yeah.
Hancock.
Red team or blue team?
And they're all really strong.
They're all all good teams.
Yep.
Yeah. It's an interesting battle, isn't it, as well? I noticed there's fat cat dolls in some of the boats as well. So
yeah. Everyone's got a mascot, except for us. I think we're just going on pure grit.
And Jarvis, your boss, would you get him in the boat next year, you think? What do you reckon? Or maybe as the Cox?
I reckon he'd be all right as a Cox. He's pretty good at giving orders. He'd go okay.
So how much training have you done to get to this place?
So a couple of us in this team rowed in the teams that rowed last year. I was the only one that came back to repeat it. So we've got 3 from last year's team, me from one of the teams last year, and then the rest are all newbies. So it's a pretty tight challenge. It's 4 weeks of rowing, 3 mornings a week. It's great to watch a bunch of strangers come together over 4 weeks and make a really good team.
Well said. Thank you for joining. What was your name again? Erica. Thank you, Erica.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
See you in the final.
Cheers.
All right. I think... hang on. We've got some information, have we? Has the bet been cast? We've got about 30 seconds, boys, so before the next race. What's happened?
Personally, I'm going to put $5,000 on the table to bet the WestTrack team's going to win today.
Yeah, I'll put $5,000 on the table as well. I just want to make sure that we test all of this WestTrack team for performance enhancement drugs the way they just went. But I'll put $5,000 on.
We'll pass that test, no problems, and of course the money will go to telethon.
You did bounce back. You did bounce back very, very well. There could be a suggestion that you may need to have a bit of, urine testing.
Well, we sell Caterpillar gear, mate. It's indestructible.
Good answer, you bloke. Well done, you guys. Thanks for telethon. You're bloody legends. Good on you.
Well done, mate.
What great fellas, eh? All right, back to you guys. I know the next race is about to go.
Thanks there, Barra. That's good. And Thank you very much, Jarvis. That's great. Hey, Jarvis, you're probably not aware, but the time you just did for West Track there was 1:35, which already was much faster than the winning team for last year. And so we come to the second semi-final, of which we have Big Yellow Mining in lane 1, Hanroy in lane 2, and then Camco in lane 3. So, Lara, what have we seen here?
Well, Big Yellow Mining have taken out an early lead in this semi-final too, coached by Will Williamson and Perry Ward, both former Australian reps. So maybe it's in the coaching calibre of these crews.
Yeah, they're rating pretty quickly there. It's Big Yellow Mining, and they've probably got a length up now on Hanroy. You can definitely see a difference in that rating there, making sure that timing's right. Yep, they got it together. That's good. If they hold this together for the remainder, they got this nice and clear, and they'll be going through to the final.
That Big Yellow Mining crew also have a lovely length in their stroke. So the longer the stroke, the more time that blade has in the water to apply that power through the boat and push that boat past the blade. So those guys are rowing nice and long, which is also a great indicator of speed in our eights.
Yeah, very well said. And they're going straight as well, which is quite an advantage there. So doing really well. They're coming through now, probably about 100 to go. Cheer on your team from the shoreline. And looking at the times, actually, Big Yellow did 1:43 in their first heat there. So that was pretty impressive in itself. And it looks like they're looking to... they could beat that, but it looks like because they're so far in front, I think they're taking it easy now. Cruising across, saving all the energy for the final, because it's coming to do or die next.
Looks like they're taking that taper into the last 50 metres there on there, and they have crossed the line. So
oh, they took it easy across the line there. And probably about a length and a half there for Hanroy coming in. Really good effort by the team there. And if we're looking at Camco, look at these. They're still going, pursuing it, powering the boat, finishing strong. They can carry that forward to their finals, their relative finals as they go through. So Big Yellow first in this one, Hanroy second, Camco third, and looking forward to their final race coming up a little later, which is all great.
Yeah, another dominant performance there from Big Yellow Mining. So maybe the heavy coxswain is the secret with all those toasties they were having post session. But great to see those guys having their first shot at the corporate regatta and enjoying it.
And they did mention the size, the average weight, and that is a heavy boat. I mean, it's sitting low in the water, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of muscle in that boat. It's pretty powerful. If they apply that correctly, that's going to be really good for them.
Absolutely. Sometimes they say mass moves mass, so they've definitely got some watts behind those guys there, and so they'll be looking to use that effectively.
I'll be interested to see what they do on an ergo.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's an ergo competition upstairs at Swan River Rowing Club, so if they feel like 3 races on the water isn't enough, they can head upstairs and test themselves out in front of the screen.
That's probably a good way of doing it. That's great. That's great. All right, and so if we're talking about levels as well, one of the rowing clubs down here is the WA Institute of Sport, which is here. So if you're ever driving on the freeway and you're looking out and you're looking at some finely tuned athletes built like racehorses, ordinarily they're rowing with weights. So the criteria for that is you need to be about 6'4" and shaped like a diamond and cut like a racehorse, and that's where they normally train there. So they're out training every day for the nationals, the Olympics, and the global competitions. Of what Johnson we saw earlier, that's what he does, and that bodes really well for the future for WA rowing. He's going to represent WA at upcoming Olympics, that's for sure. We're going to be handing over to Barra shortly and talking to one of our cocks. Over to you, Barry. I understand you got one of the cocks there.
I'm with the winning team, actually, yes, the Big Yellow Mining and the coxswain. Now I just forgot your name, sir. What's
Anthony.
Anthony, yeah.
Tony.
You've got the gear on, you're ready to go, got the helmet?
Well, Big Yellow, some said it's a safety helmet, but with these guys it's more of a crash helmet because they said, umpire said if there's a collision we're stopping. They said, no way, Tony, we're going to crash all the way through to the finish line. So they're a tough crew.
Mate, and you got some size there. It's like the bloody pack from the Wallabies.
I think there's no one under 100 kilos. I'm under, but I've been having toasted sandwiches every morning for breakfast down here at Swans, so I'm nearly at the 100.
Now, I'm not sure that the coxswain's supposed to put on weight. Is that how it works normally?
I did eat vegetarian last night.
Mate, well, now, what sort of team are they? Tell us a bit about the blokes there. The boss is here too. He's had heart surgery 7 days ago.
Yeah. He, about 2 weeks ago, he said, I'm not in this morning. I said, not feeling it. He goes, I just had a bit of heart surgery. So the doctor said, I've got to sit out. So that's the kind of crew they are. They like to get in, belt it. They've come so far in 4 weeks. We've still got a race to go. Hopefully we can get there, but they're pretty cool. They're kind of big, gentle giants, but yeah, we got a bit of weight there. But yeah.
Who do you think's your main rivals?
I think we had Hancock and I think West Track.
Yeah.
Pretty tough. Yeah, PCB, pretty crazy, and PCB have gone all out and got their own boat in for the champs, which is amazing. These guys will stop at nothing. So
yeah, it's the Tokyo Olympians boats too.
Absolutely, very fortunate. Best boat in the state, if sort of not Australia at the moment, and it's something that's great for WA. Really going to push WA rowing ahead. But the dedication's amazing. Yeah.
The Corporate Cup, what does it do for your company, you reckon?
Well, I think it's just brought everyone together. The guys know each other, but we're in different divisions, brought us together. And I think the credit is that these guys have rowed as the way they work. They're all there, they turn up early, they're 110%. It's a real WA spirit. Amazing.
Fantastic. What an industry it is. Well, thank you, Tony. Good on you, mate. We might see you in the final.
Yeah.
Might be interviewing you again. I love the... Oh, sorry.
Thanks.
I love
Easy, Barra. I'm not fat cat. I might be fat, but I'm not a cat.
Well done. You're the best coxswain here.
Yeah,
good on you, mate. You're a beauty. There he goes. The cox of the mighty Big Yellow Mining, and I think that they might be in the final. I don't know, but Stuart Clark, back to you, my friend. Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, good call there, Barra. Big Yellow Mining have made it through to the final. And so what we got currently after the semi-final 1 and 2, the Corporate Cup finals, final would be between West Track and Big Yellow Mining, and a third boat in that's to be determined from our third semi-final. In the challenge plate we have Hancock Blue and Hanroy. So a thing to note there, we're getting the times through now, and look, they're pretty impressive. So West Track did a 1:35 and in their last race, and you saw how quickly they got across there, so that bodes really well. And Big Yellow Mining did 1:39, but also remember that Big Yellow Mining did ease up towards the end and cruise across. So look, that's going to be really competitive, and it's really keen to see who's going to join them in the corporate final. But remember, each of the races has another race to go, and they've got their own individual finals. So in our third semi-final now, we have a PCB, and they're going to be in lane 1, and as a reminder, that's the one nearest to us on the shoreline. We've got Hancock Prospecting in lane 2, and we've got the Royal Flying Doctors in lane 3, which is going to be nearest the freeway there. So they're approaching the start line, they're getting lined up, so that should all be good. And we're going to now hand back to Barra. Barra's found somebody else. Who have you got now, Barra?
All right, here we are down. We're getting closer to the bridge here. Canning Bridge is fantastic. I hope you're getting a great aspect of the Swan River and enjoying our coverage of the Corporate Classic here, the Corporate Cup for rowing. And this team is Hanroy, and obviously part of the Hancock organisation, but you have something special going on with the mascots as well. Jyoti, and your friend?
Renee.
Okay, tell us about it.
We've had an absolutely amazing time. We've been training for the last 4 weeks. We're really lucky that we have a leader like Mrs. Reinhardt, who not only looks at sports and supports rowing, but at the Olympic level, but also for people like us who want to start up a new sport and try out at the grassroots level. We're really quite lucky, and it's been such a beautiful experience. People from all across our business in different divisions that we've never really even worked with, we get to meet them, we collaborate so well, and it's really good for team spirit.
Fantastic. And you've obviously got the telethon connection with Fat Cat as well, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. And across, again, the entire Hancock group, we support them very well. So it is next week? the telethon weekend? Yes, so please support really well.
You are good. We might see you next weekend. We will hire you for telethon as well. Thank you. I have to let you go because just look down there. It looks like a race is starting. So I might throw back to Stu and let's find out. Let's hopefully see you in the final as well. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, lovely. Well, thanks very much, their team. And the teams are actually lined up for the final now. The coxswain's bringing them up probably about a minute away. And thing there to highlight, as the ladies were saying, in relation to the learn to row that they've been doing over 4 weeks, they're probably training 2 or 3 times each week. First couple of times, how to get in a boat, how to get out safely, then how to get the boat moving, then that squaring technique, and then rowing as a team. And then after that, once they get the boat moving, is then getting power in the boat. And then this week they would have been practicing their racing starts and the like, which are now going to put into practice. So, Laura, it looks like they're pretty well nicely lined up now. Who's your money on in this one?
Well, I would say probably on the crew on the top of our screen shortly, on the right-hand side at the moment, would be the PCB team, coached by Greta Spencer and Izzy Edgar. They had a very fast heat, but it can come down to how clean your starts are. And as we're seeing right now, the Royal Flying Doctor Service, their crew has gone out to a lovely clean start.
Yep, they're flying. The Royal Flying Doctors there. Look at them go. And they were edging towards the other crew. They corrected their line there, which is good. And so as you mentioned there, Royal Flying Doctors, amazing start, really got out there. And now PCB have actually started applying the power. So now they're getting into their long and strong strokes now, but pretty close. PCB just in front, probably about half a length. And indeed, Hancock Prospecting coming through as well. Their timing is improving, which is great, and but it looks like a PCB out in front. Now they've stretched that lead to a whole boat length, and they're increasing their rating as well. There's a marked difference there between their rating, that's their strokes per minute, compared to the others. So it looks like they're doing pretty handy. So just make sure that they don't catch any crabs now, Laura.
Yes, it looked like that Hancock Prospecting crew in the 7th seat had some minor boat issues. He's actually not rolling through on his seat. So he's doing a bit of arms and bodies down here, but they're trying their best, and they're having a good close race with the Royal Flying Doctor Service. But yeah, that PCB crew, they didn't have the cleanest of starts, but they recovered really well.
Yeah, that's right. So they are going to win this by a couple of lengths now. So unless something dramatically goes wrong, like a handbrake turn now, or catch one of those crabs that we've been referring to, they're coming through now, and they've cruise across the finish line there. So taking it out there, PCB by about 3 lengths. Now, they got their own boat, I recall. So they've just had a boat shipped in there this week. So, geez, the advantage of having your own boat, eh?
Absolutely. You can get it set up to exactly how you need it, and the athletes may even have some specific requirements that they've been able to set up the boat to. So, not every individual is going to be the same height, same limb length, all these kind of things, same torso length. All these things can affect how you set up a boat. So there's all these little minor adjustments you can do to make sure that your crew is as comfortable as they are and can be as efficient as they can be through the water.
Yes, and confirmation then, PCB will be making it through to the final. So if we're looking there then, so the actual Corporate Cup final would be Westrac, Big Yellow Mining and PCB. That's going to be really competitive because all 3 of those crews had some really fast times. So that's going to be a climax for today's regatta there. But a great race there. All the teams did well. A little bit of conjecture, I think, in relation to a couple of them in the boat there calling a couple of things out, but all looks pretty good.
Yes, so these guys are the PCB crew coached by Greta Spencer and Isabella Edgar, current rowers, and we've also got Liv Jones was coaching the Royal Flying Doctor Service crew with Matt McCarthy. So Liv Jones, a current coach down at Swans. So all the guys getting heavily involved here, all the members of Swan River Rowing Club to coach these corporate crews.
Yeah, a great race there, and as I say, they're warming down now. Those lungs would have been bursting as they come through there. So whilst this is over 500 metres, the pace that they're going out would be really get that lactic acid build up in the legs, and that's how getting across that finish line when you've got all that lactic acid is quite a challenge there. Big lungs is what you need to get through there. All the teams have done really well. They're going to learn so much from today, so regardless of where they end up, what they can take from today and in the future, be it for their sporting, carry on rowing, or in their corporate environment, about the teamwork, about the leadership. We've heard many examples of that today, of how beneficial these kind of events are. So good on all the participants, and if you want to get involved next year, speak to your CEO with deep pockets and get involved.
Absolutely. You don't want to miss out on this kind of team building experience. It's nothing quite anything else, I believe. Not to be biased as a rower myself, but it truly is quite a special thing to get involved in.
So Barra's on the foreshore now, and he's been going around. He's been doing a great job there, catching up with all the leaders and the participants there. So who have you found now, Barra? Are you making it across and getting closer to the freeway? Where are you now?
PCB is through to... Oh, well, I think you're through to the final. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be. Benny Mackey, is it?
Yeah,
Benny Mackey, construction manager from the company. You feeling confident?
Yeah, look, it was there's a bit of a miscommunication at the start line before that last race, but we managed to pull it back. Like all things, we pulled as a team.
Tell us about the miscommunication. How did it work?
So we were getting ushered to square the boat up a bit, and then they called the race. So we all sat there sort of holding the bag. Yeah. But no, we recovered, and convincingly, so it was good.
It's not that bloody Brooklyn. It wasn't his fault, was it?
No,
Cox?
No, as much as he can be, he stirs a lot of trouble. No, it wasn't Brooklyn today.
There's a lot of pressure on, isn't there? Because you got the boss here, and you got the chair, and you got everything else going on. You don't want to stuff up.
Darren's quite easy to please, though. Yeah.
As long as you win.
No, it's not at all costs. We're here to support the club and support Rowing WA, and PCB contractors. We've really enjoyed the last couple of years down here supporting the club in the event, so we'll be coming back for years to come.
Now, do you notice the difference having that wonderful boat from the Tokyo Olympics, the Australian team boat?
I'd like to say that we're conditioned enough to know the difference between the two boats, but it definitely, it's a lovely boat. Feels nicer, but look, we're talking incremental differences for us. We're so unfit, it's not funny.
So it's like a $5,000 bike and a $10,000 bike. No, you can't tell the difference if you're not, unless you're a bloody expert.
Yeah, not when you're 40 kegs overweight and riding on the flat.
All right, the big question now, looking around here, I saw that the big yellow dudes are a bit worried about you. Who do you reckon is your biggest challenger?
Look, I've heard that their average weight is up there, which means we know that they'll be stroking pretty hard. So we'll try to beat them off the line as we do. We're quick, we're a pretty agile team, so we're hoping we'll be able to pull off the win.
I believe Westrack did a great time as well, so I wouldn't discount them either.
I haven't heard the times yet, but it's always something we're curious about.
All right, and one of the Hancock teams is going to come through as well. So, mate, Benny, congratulations. We might see you in the final, my friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're a beauty. Thank you, Darren. All right, so we got the Hancock prospecting team. And now, I heard a rumour that you guys started training last week. Is that right?
There's a few people that, they've only had like four sessions in, so it's pretty good so far.
So, can you notice the difference, or how much training do you actually need to get through, you reckon?
I think it's just all about teamwork, right? We all work together, we know each other pretty well, so I think, it's just all about the alignment. It's not about the power, but just getting along together, so it's good.
Well, we just heard from the PCB team, they weren't even lined up, and they said go, and so they were sort of scrambling. Is it a technical sport?
Yeah, very technical, definitely. It's more all about working as a team than it is, trying to do it all by yourself.
And you're the Hancock Prospecting, that's a very, very salubrious name, but I don't think you might get through to the final, so how's that going to go?
It's our first time around. Next year will be ours, so, yeah.
I reckon you'll be training for 2 months next year, what do you reckon?
No, definitely. Absolutely.
What was your name?
I'll step it up.
Ken, good on you, mate. Congratulations. And we'll see. Well, there's 3 finals anyway, so we'll see you again. Yep. And I've got a tip for you as well. Black, it's not ideal for weather like this. For
a little bit warm. We'll be dressed like you next year, white.
Mr. White Man, exactly. Good on you, buddy.
Cheers.
All the best. All right, guys, back to you. Tell us what happens next.
Yeah, thanks, Barra. So if we're looking at... we now know the final positions for our upcoming races. So the first final is going to be the C final, and that's going to be between Hancock Red, Camco and Hancock Prospecting. Once that is concluded, we then move on to the Challenge Plate, and all these had really similar times. So this is going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. We've got Hancock Blue, and then Hanroy, and then Royal Flying Doctors. And their times were ranging between 1:45 and 1:49. That's all three of them. That's one very good times and two very close. That bodes well really for their final. And then Laura, tell us about the Corporate Cup Grand Final. Who have we got in there and what were the times?
So this will be very exciting because we're already seeing times that are pretty much on par and faster than last year. So West Track with their semi-final time of a 1:35, definitely favourites in there. Big Yellow Mining did a 1:39 their semi, but we did see them slightly take a few strokes off in the lead up to the line because they weren't really being challenged, a potential taper, so they were a bit more fresher for the Corporate Cup, so I think those guys we can't underestimate at all. And the PCB crew, which they did a 1:40 in their semi, so they may just be on the up and ready to kick out their best performance for the all-important one.
Yeah, that's well said there. I mean, we saw a couple of them actually put it in just taking it easy across the line. So I reckon they're all about the 1:35 time there. So that's really good. Clearly, they've put in the effort over the 4 weeks here for their training. They've fine-tuned their technique. They got the power in the boat, and they're coming through. And if I may, it was a joy to see them as they come out and being interviewed there by Barra, and seeing the joy in their faces and what they're getting from the rowing, and the challenge, but also the camaraderie from it all. So it's a marvellous event.
And if you're down at the foreshore today, make sure head up to Swan River Rowing Club. Again, they've got some food available and face painting and an ergo competition.
Yeah, thanks, Laura. We're going to hand back to Barra. And Barra, you've got somebody else. You're doing a marvellous job there. Who you got now?
Oh, well, it's actually quite interesting because I'm not sure the cameraman... Here we go. We'll get the cameraman up and running, and we're going to head over now to the RFDS team. So the Royal Flying Doctors team. We've gone live, so we'll try to find one of those people then. We're just having a great time here. I was just telling my funny rowing story, how we had a charity event out in the regatta out at Canning. Is it Canning Vale? I think it is, where they race nowadays. And it was for telethon, and I was rowing against this fella in the boats have got two people in it each. I had an Olympic rower with me, and I was rowing against the boss of Woodside, and I said to him, "Have you done much rowing, mate?" He goes, "Oh, I might have done a little bit." Turns out he was an Olympic champion, Rob Scott, and he's never forgotten the fact that. Because you see people in a different situation, you don't exactly think that's the Olympic champion, but he was very good, and he killed us by about 80 metres. So it was only like a 100-metre race. Anyway, here we go. We're going to the Royal Flying Doctors, and Cassie, obviously that's handy, isn't it, Cassie? And you're a nurse. And Laura, how are you going? Tell us what's the link to this event, and how's it been?
Yeah, so I'm one of the flight nurses with RFDS. And actually, myself and Laura are planning to do some fundraising for the Flying Doctor Service with our Ocean Row next year.
Oh, tell us about that. This Ocean Row, that sounds dangerous.
So we've just bought a $100,000 ocean rowing boat, and we plan to row across the Atlantic Ocean over 40 to 60 days.
Excuse me? You're going to row across the ocean?
That's it, and we're fundraising for the Flying Doctor. So I'm a bit biased as a flight nurse, and also RUA, which is Perth's oldest women's shelter.
Oh my God, this is incredible. What sort of training do you do for something like that, and how long is it going to take you?
A lot of time. A lot of time on the erg.
A lot of time on the erg, yeah.
Don't you hate the ergo? It's diabolical. How did she suck you into this?
It's actually our friend Mika, who's not here today, but she saw a film back in 2017 of 4 women rowing across the Pacific. She really wanted to do it herself, so she spent the last few years trying to find 3 other crazy women to join her.
Wow, so there's 4 of you in the team, is there? And how long will the actual row take?
So we're expecting it to take 40 to 60 days, but we have to carry food for 70 days or so. And we plan to row 2 hours on, 2 hours off.
So, like, in pairs or something, or how?
Yeah, exactly, in pairs. Yep, in pairs. And all of our food will be dehydrated. We've got a water maker on board, and it's still, like, completely self-supported. So, yeah.
You're not winding me up, are you? Is this a
this
G up?
is it.
You're actually doing this. When is that happening?
So we're leaving December next year.
Wow. And what sort of training do you do for that?
So we've been training at the Fremantle Rowing Club, and we've been doing a lot of erg work and also some weights training. So yeah, actually as of last week, our coaches have sent through quite a strict training regime.
Very strict.
Which includes no cross training. So no running, no cycling. It's time to get miles in the erg.
What about no sleeping training?
That's it. Well, as a nurse, actually, I think I'm well trained in that department. Laura, as a school teacher.
I'm going to struggle with that. Yeah. The 2 hours on, 2 hours off, sleep deprivation, I'm not looking forward to.
2 hours on, 2 hours off for 40 to 60 hours.
Yeah.
Mate, that is incredible. And what will the ocean be like? I mean, what would you expect it to be like out in the middle of the ocean?
It's going to be a range. I think from the videos and all we've seen, there's a lot of days where there's no wind and waves, which sounds delightful, but that's actually not going to help us because that's going to mean we're going to have to row harder. So we're hoping for a following sea and a following wind to actually help us across. But waves can reach up to, I can't remember what the statistic was, 40 foot or something. It's crazy. It's going to be crazy scary.
Yeah, that is an effort, isn't it? And what sort of boat? Describe the boat to us.
Oh, we've got an amazing boat. So as I said, it's $100,000. So we've all put a bit of money in it. I had to sell my Land Cruiser to get this boat. But basically, it's like a floating Tic Tac. So it's 9 metres long, and it's
floating Tic Tac.
Yeah. So it's 9 metres. It's got a cabin in the front and the back that we'll be sleeping in, and then the guts is cut out. So that's where the oars will go. It's open to sun. It's not fully self-contained, but it's got self-righting. So if the cabin doors are closed, if we were to capsize or anything like that, it'll self-right itself. Yeah.
And there's no ventilation in the cabins either, so it's going to get pretty stinky in there.
Oh my God. Are you filming it somehow? It's got to be on Channel 7, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're planning on filming it. I think we're in talks at the moment about documenting our journey across, so watch this space.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now, what was the reason behind actually doing this, though?
The reason behind it was, I guess we're all into adventure sports in different ways, and we all wanted to do something really different, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.